Hello everyone. We never cover these games, but I saw this game between Gukesh and Anish, and I couldn't hold myself back. I wanted to cover it, and here we are. Like, there is an interesting story, obviously, to this game. So, Gukesh came just before the game, maybe 2 3 hours before the game. He was receiving the some award from Indian government. So, therefore, he went with knight f3, which is interesting. And yeah, I expected it obviously, and even Anish might have expected it because you don't want to go into any opening prep for that uh, because you don't have any time, right? So Anish also went knight f3, knight f6, and it was a simple opening, nothing much there to discuss. Here, they consolidated a bit, like exchanged all the pawns. This is the boring part of the game. From here, I will just take you to the interesting. So the queen was on the line of the rook, so he dropped the queen back, and yeah, it went, and this is very important. So Gukesh is white, and Gukesh played bishop g5, pinning the knight. And Anish was like, okay, now what do you want to do? Do you want to take or do you want to drop back the bishop? And Gukesh played a very interesting move. He dropped the bishop, but not this side. He dropped it on h4. And the point is, now black has g5 and the bishop is trapped. And now what you're going to do? Like you're getting these two pawns, but there's always this idea, and the king gets safe. So because obviously Mukesh didn't miss this, he himself went into this idea, and he sacrificed his knight and he maintained the pin. Now, if it was white move, then white is already winning with e5, right? Because the knight is pinned and you're winning. So if white wants to play e5, obviously black will play e5 himself and stop all the counter play. Now, Gukesh went queen d2. Obviously, the plan is bishop here and queen here. So Anish also dropped his bishop back. Gukesh went here, attacked the rook, and here Anish played a brilliant move. I was checking this game, and it's hard, but at that level, I don't think it's that hard. He played king h7, and the point is, you can take the rook, which Gukesh did, but like what happened in the game, like f4, and Anish will offer queen exchange, and the king is, you know, if the queens are exchanged off the board, the king is not that unsafe. And then if you count the material, he has knight for knight, bishop for bishop, and for rook, and then for a rook he has two pieces which he can fight out, right? So obviously Gukesh was not going to exchange, and he centralized his knight, and Anish took the advantage of the same, and put more pressure because you can't take this knight this way, this is hanging, and obviously you can't take this way, and queen will you'll blunder the queen, right? So Gukesh took this pawn, and Anish just went in, and already it was trouble for Gukesh. Like I was watching stream of Sagar Shah, just basically, and they were like, okay, Anish is winning this game. There were a lot of interesting ideas, and Gukesh went rook d1, and now you should, like, if there's anyone, they will immediately play, rook c2, like lot of attack, and yeah, what's happening? So Anish, and by the way, both were low on time. By like, if you see, he first dropped the king because if you don't drop it, this I forgot to mention there was knight f6 check, and then lot of attack, queens get exchange, and a lot of stuff going on. First of all, it's a free rook after exchanging. So knight f6 was a threat. So he first stopped it, and then he went for this rook c2 idea. And after rook c2, here it was very interesting. So Anish, if you see, Gukesh is already like playing on increment. He has 38 seconds, and Anish burned a lot of his time here. Like he took, and yeah, like this is very interesting position. You can pause the video here. Like what will black play? You can think from black. Hopefully you paused, and this is your solution. So you take this, and when rook takes the bishop, you don't hold back and you just sacrifice the rook. And the point is, after bishop takes queen, check, king here, bishop gives the check, rook has to interpose, no square, and you, I guess you take this way, yeah, and then this check, and then this check, and then black is simply winning. If you see exchanger, you can create a pass. This pawn is falling. So yeah, this would have been very interesting position. So Gukesh might have seen it, and he he played a fairly interesting idea. Like he just dropped back, and his point is now your queen, the knight is pinned against the queen, and now what you will do, right? So Anish was right. Okay, I'm coming here, and his point was, you cannot take the knight, which he took with rook f2. It's very engine-like move, like it's a perfect move, and I thought Anish has won the game back now because the whole point is very interesting. And if you see, Gukesh played queen c3, and now Anish can go bishop f5, and there's just too much attack. You cannot take on f2. There will always be a smaller mate idea. You will just get checkmated. Like I can show it to you. Let's say we make this, for example, let's make a random move, bishop f5, and let's say if you do this, you are always getting checkmated in this variation. You cannot move on f2, f1 because of f2 checkmate. And if you go here, classic smaller mate idea, which I even did in the tournament. That's what motivated me here to make the video. So you can never take on f2, and bishop f5 would have been nice. But Anish kind of made a mistake with bishop here. And the point is, now Gukesh drops the queen, and now he's looking at this squares, which earlier bishop was covering. So bishop f5, and when Gukesh went on g5, you can see the time now they're literally playing on seconds. Anish had to drop back, so it was kind of a waste move. And now here's something interesting happened. Engine wise, queen h5 check is a draw. I don't know why. Like I can show you the variation. I just didn't understand it. Like bishop h6, and I don't know why it's a draw, and why rook h4. It's not draw. It's equal. And queen h4, which happened in the game, is a blunder. And yeah, I guess the whole point is that you're attacking f2 maybe, and therefore, uh, like according to engine, you just go here, which no one understands, right? And but he played this, and it's again equal, but obviously you have to play best move. So Gukesh played rook d1. The point is he doesn't want to allow this move, right? And Anish took here. Now you see the threat, like lot of threats on the board. And as you see, Gukesh had no time. He just blundered here. And like you should pause, like just be true to yourself, pause the video and find this tactic. This is so amazing tactic now. Hopefully you did, and if you did, just comment it down. That will be awesome to see how many of you did it. Comment down the variation, I want to see. The most, bishop e5, bishop e4, and the point is you can't take it with the bishop because of this. Sorry, you can just checkmate this way. That was also checkmate. You just come back and do it. And like Gukesh saw it, and obviously he first took the rook. And now the point is you take with the knight, check here, and again pause the video. There's so many pause the video moments. And this is, by the way, until now Anish has found all the best moves, and you can see the bar, right? It's minus 4.6. Anish is completely winning, but I am giving you the hint. Anish blundered here, and you can be in the shoes of Anish Giri and try to find this move. This is something, if you found it, you are becoming a better chess player. And the point is, you want to play this knight g5 move, such a class move. If you see, if you take the knight, this is mate. If you take the bishop, this is mate. like what you will do. And if you take with the rook, which I think Anish missed because I was watching the after game analysis, and I saw when Gukesh mentioned queen b6, he was shocked because I can see what Anish missed. Anish would have thought check because I'm expert in blundering, and this, and then he would have thought, oh no, nothing is happening. I can take the rook, but he can take the knight, and yeah, white is better with this passes. And this is something that happened with me in the recent tournaments. Like I played two tournaments in last 20 days, classical tournaments, and I've lost three games. In all three games, I was black. So I can have the sympathy with Anish. And the more interesting part is, I had the winning advantage in all three games, and my opponent was higher rated than me. So all the points are combining with the storyline, you know. Oh, and all three were high rated. I lost all those three games, and I was black, and I was winning in all those three games. And this is what we miss, right? Queen b6 check. You can't go here. This is checkmate. And now if you go here, now queen b1, and there's no rook e1 or bishop f1, checkmate. But Anish missed it, and Anish played this move. His point was again, okay, I have some checks, and okay, I will do something, some discover check, I will get something. But the problem is, Kukish has this check, and now the queen is attacked simultaneously. You have to exchange the queens, pieces get exchanged on the board, and these two passes, like these two pawns are just going to promote. See, check, and he pushes rook e5, and here. Now, what you will do if you go and save the knight? Let's say even if you take this pawn, I can simply play d7, and there's no way to stop. You have to give your knight, and Gukesh will take and win this knight and win this pawns and win the game. And that just made Anish resign the game. And you should watch that live video. Anish was in such a disbelief, and I can't correlate with someone more because I lost similar games, and that made me make this video late at night. Now it's 1 a.m. in India. Hopefully, I will upload it soon. And yeah, do let me know, like if you watch the whole video, and if you enjoyed this recap. If you do, like, just comment it down. I would love to make these videos if you guys want to watch. So I don't know now. I don't even create videos, so I can't even say see you tomorrow. See you soon, maybe tomorrow. You never know. Bye, guys.